This channel is not monetized, therefore it does not collect data on its viewers. That being said, this is an adult channel. So we rolled off of the Mandolorian, which was good. It was really good, especially that last episode. It was movie quality. And then we went to the Expanse, and I mean, it was just great. I love it. It's almost like they had purposely scheduled these series to come one after the other. And the Expanse was really good. This was a good season. The Expanse hasn't had a bad season. There's some seasons that were better than the others, but I prefer the space-based events. You know, the setting out in space. Last year, the fourth season, it was on that new planet a lot, but it was good. It was good. So I can't figure out why some of my favorite reviewers are ignoring the Expanse. I've said something to them, Jeremy Johns and Grace Randolph, and they you know, they get a lot of messages and comments, but people have liked my comments. I say, hey, you know, the Expanse it's on its 5th season. It's going to its 6th season. Why are you ignoring it? You should check it out. Nothing. I mean, they'll review the Transformers and cartoons and games, which is fine. It's just they're ignoring something that's really great. And I said something about that on Facebook, and Rick Sternbach, one of the fabulous designers that's designed so many great designs on Star Trek, he commented, because he's a big fan of the Expanse, he commented, well, it's space-based sci-fi for adults. And he's right. But, I mean, The Boys, they cover The Boys, and it has, you know, graphic violence, cursing. I don't, you know, I'm saying is it's adult in nature. I don't know, can't figure it out. But I mean, Expanse is great. They're filming. They're going to have another season. They're taking a hiatus, which, according to Mr. Pepper, who I subscribe to on YouTube, it coincides with the books. There was a 30-year jump between books, but the feeling is, the speculation is the hiatus is not going to be much of a hiatus. They're going to do the time jump. But the Expanse is great. I mean, except for the last episode, Alex died. Hope you don't mind spoilers. Yeah, there's spoilers in this video. Alex died, and it was kind of abrupt. You know, I've been watching TV for 50 years, and that doesn't feel right. I mean, they did an okay job, but come to find out, the actor screwed up. Now, there's a lot of allegations. I don't know exactly what happened, but it had something to do with conventions and cell phones. I don't know. But other people more knowledgeable about it said, yeah, there's no way of getting out of him getting fired. That's what happened. And it sucks because he was, I mean, I liked his character. I mean, my favorite characters are Amos and Drummer, but I mean, I love all the characters. So, I mean, Alex was the pilot. You know, he's the one that named the Rocinante, if I remember right. So anyway, I mean, you've got this fabulous job of a hit sci-fi series, and you don't screw it up, man. Don't do anything to screw it up. You know, something like that. If it's true, I mean, you get blacklisted. You know, from doing other things. Man, Anyway, I still love The Expanse, and it looks like they've set it up where there's going to be at least 2 replacements, maybe. Then we rolled off The Expanse to Wandavision, and Wandavision was okay. You know, this is just my opinion. But Wandavision, I mean, you know, I'm 50. I think I'm 55. I can't remember. I always forget. But anyway, I'm in my mid 50s, and I mean, there's so much crap I've done in my life. And my birthday's just not important to me, so I don't really remember. I can do the math when I was born, you know what year. But what I'm saying is, WandaVision, the first 3 episodes, the first one was like the Honeymooners episode, and I mean, I watched episodes of the Honeymooners when I was little. It was reruns. And then, you know, the next episode was have a Dick Van Dyke Bewitched type of feeling to it. I watched those too. And then the next one's like Brady Bunch feel, you know. And I've watched all the Brady Bunch when I was a kid, a tween as they call them. But that's all we had. Yeah, I look back on that stuff. I mean, there's a little bit of nostalgia, but not enough that I want to see a full episode of somebody copying it or paying tribute to it. It just, we watched that because there's nothing else was better at that time. That's how the quality back there, you know, back then. I mean, there was some good quality TV back then. I mean, Star Trek, the classic Star Trek, still to this day is relevant in so many ways. But when you got those old sitcoms, I mean, even when you watch some of my favorite stuff like the old Battlestar Galactica and old Space Date 1999, there's so much cheese to the stories and the acting and the dialogue. I mean, I love the designs of the ships dearly to this day. But the acting, I mean, Space 1999, the first season had some scary episodes and it was compelling and stuff, but it was just. And then the second Freiberger season just wasn't that good. I mean, but the designs were killer. So, I mean, TV today, and you know, in the past 20 years, is so much better. What I would have done with WandaVision, I would have taken one episode and 10 minutes to the Honeymooners phase, and 10 minutes to the Dick Van Dyke Bewitched phase, and then 10 minutes to the Brady Bunch phase, and heck, got done with it. Not a whole episode, because I found myself being bored. I don't go back and watch Brady Bunch or any of that old stuff. There's too much other good stuff on. I don't wax that nostalgic for that stuff. I mean, back then, I guess I didn't have as much stuff to do, but I wouldn't have devoted so much time to those. But WandaVision got better as it went on. Although it got a little convoluted and a little confusing and a little complex. Too complex. I mean, I liked it, but and you know, when the 20th Century Fox Quicksilver showed up, I thought, awesome, here we go, you know. And then what was it, 3 episodes later, it was they Rian Johnson Quicksilver. You know, you don't do something like that and then just, you know, make it a penis joke. You know, and I read where the director or whoever the showrunner said, well, this is a meta show and we were being meta upon meta. I don't care. That was a letdown, you know. Don't subvert our expectations. Don't Rian Johnson us. Don't do that. Don't. But, you know, we got to see, you know, Vision resurrected in a way, and it's going kind of along with a comic book from what I've been told. So, I mean, it was okay. WandaVision was okay, in my opinion. I mean, in the hierarchy of all the Marvel content that's available, with live action, I mean, it's pretty close to the bottom, honestly. And then we rolled off of that to the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that started out with a blast, a lot of action, and you know, I always wondered how, you know, if these characters were real, how they would deal with some of the stuff that they've had to do, or they've seen, or they went through. Just like WandaVision. I mean, Wanda had some heartbreaking stuff happen to her over and over. It's hard to deal with. So, you know, I can understand, you know, what some of these characters are going through. It's just I wish it was written better, you know, and flowed better. And then we've got the Winter Soldier, you know, Bucky. You know, he's dealing with stuff, and that's good. I like to see that. I mean, it develops the character, you know. And Sam, you know, it was just, it had lots of action, which I really appreciated. They were an hour long instead of 30 minutes long. And I mean, if you, though, you know, I kind of wish they'd release them like Netflix did all at once, because a week went by and I'd watch another episode and I said, what happened last episode now? You know, because it's basically a 6-hour, I think, was there 6 episodes? It was basically a 6-hour episode or movie, and it was a little convoluted. There was a lot of crap going on, but I mean, I really liked it. I liked it pretty damn good. You know, I got to see Baron Zemo. Batroc was back, or Batroc, how you want to pronounce him. He was in Civil War. He fought Captain America on the ship toward the front of it, the first of Civil War, I believe. So we had some characters. I love it when they bring characters back, and I mean, it was good. I liked the Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's people out there saying that, well, you know, it's too woke. There's always going to be people out there saying that it's woke and too, you know. I don't mind them being woke. I don't want them to be over woke. I mean, you know, hitting you over the head with it like some other context, Star Wars. So anyway, what's we going to roll off to now? Well, I'll tell you what. Off the Winter Soldier, we'll roll off onto Shadow and Bone on Netflix. I saw it pop up, and you know, and for some reason it piqued my interest. So I started watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, I love it. And this is a show that I was trying to actively watch, and I mean, Netflix, you know, you could see the whole season, and I was trying to actively watch it every chance I got. And I don't know if I would have done that with WandaVision or Winter Soldier. Yeah, I would have. And the Expanse, they did that crap with their Expanse, you know, they dropping an episode every week. The Expanse is so good, and I know what's going on fairly well. I didn't mind that one as much. It gave me something to look forward to. But at the same time, you know, Shadow and Bone is so good. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's different. It's, you know, it takes place in early 19th century or whatever. You know, it's got a little Russian vibe to it, but everybody talks in a British accent. The handgun and the Gatling gun has just been invented not too long in their universe, and there's this, it's got magic in it where there's this black thing called the Fold, and it's got demons in it, and there's people living on each side of it. I mean, there's probably some sort of relevancy that you could apply to our world. I mean, yeah, there is. A caste system, you know, racism. There are relevant things, and they deal with it, but they don't hit you over the head with it. Star Wars. Rise of Skywalker. But it's really good. I loved it. I mean, the production value was so good. The special effects. I mean, and it had things on it that I'd never thought of, that you could go, you'd think something that takes place in the past where there's not that much technology, but there's enough fantasy elements in it that, I mean, it's just delightful. It is absolutely delightful. I've already watched the whole thing. When I started watching the first one, I mean, I had it done within a week, and that's pretty good for me. So Shadow and Bone, I recommend it. And then I jumped off of that to a movie called what was it called? When somebody hides, stowaway. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoy sci-fi and fantasy, and to production value, it didn't end the way I thought it would, but it was good. There's still a lot of good content, and of course, there's more series going now. And this is a good time for TV. It's a good time for TV, and there's bad times. What's the saying? It was the best of times. It was the worst times. Well, we've got some good TV coming out still, and I'm just looking for the next. I mean, we got some good content that we can watch, and we just roll off of one on another. And isn't that great? It's great. So anyway, that's what I think about. That's what's happened so far this year as far as TV. There's probably other good. Oh, Space Sweepers. You should go watch Space Sweepers on Netflix. It's a dubbed Asian film, and it's kind of wacky sometimes, but I don't know what it is about the thing, but Space Sweepers is really, really good. And I've been hearing good things about All Mankind. I haven't seen All Mankind. I've been hearing things. Rick Sternbach, he says it's good, so I think we're going to have to go watch that too. So those are my recommendations. Those are my thoughts, my opinions, and reviews, all this stuff. And then I'll come back with another video one of these days. I honestly have been designing 3D printed stuff, and I've been selling it, and it's doing good. So I've been kind of busy with that, but I am going. I'm not the type of person to not finish when I start. So I'm going to finish some stuff that I've started here on this channel. I will, but I'm juggling stuff. I mean, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.